Hello, my beautiful collective. It's been a minute. I'm so grateful for your patience and I'm happy to be back. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage, and today's reading is going to be what's the next level of transformation that is allowing you to step into your boss era. We have 3 piles as per usual, and you're going to pick a crystal today. So for pile 1, this is your crystal for pile 1. This is your crystal for pile 2. And this is your crystal for pile 3. Okay, my lovelies, I'll see you at your choice. Welcome, my beautiful pile 1s who chose the rainbow moonstone. So let's find out what your transformation looks like to step into your boss era. And this will be this position, the theme of your transformation to step you into your boss era. So what do we have first? We have the Liberator. It says, freeing yourself and others from outmoded beliefs, releasing negative thought patterns. Then we have the 8 of Roses, Shanga, community. And then we have the Chariot. I'm feeling the main theme for you is about leadership. It's also about taking the lead. It's also about speaking your beliefs, your process. I almost want to say your system. It's being able to gather like-minded people or to attract the right people to something. There's something about the way that you're speaking, what you're speaking about, what you stand for, how you live, you walk in your talk. Like that's the energy that I'm getting. What they're bringing my focus to is the outmoded beliefs, and this community card really puts a strong, excuse me for the dishwasher, really puts a strong emphasis on cultural differences, economic differences, status differences, relationship dynamics that are different. It's like all different walks of life sort of sitting at one table, deliberating and finding some sort of other way. That's the way I want to word it. It's like another way. That being said, there's a strong leadership quality about the theme of your transformation. And it has to do with gathering people of different ethnicities and backgrounds collectively to commune together to come to some sort of agreement. It feels like very much like a UN table. Like if I could give you a visual of that, it's like every country sitting at a table. That's the visual that they're giving me. Very interesting. Okay, let's figure out what your challenge will be within this transformation, my pile 1s. You have the Priest. Interesting. It says, facilitates spiritual communities, serves as a channel for spiritual energy. Then you have the 2 of Scrolls, 2 of Worlds in the reverse. And then you have the 9 of Wands. This is very fitting when it comes to transformation, especially if you're bringing like different belief systems and different ideologies to the same table, to try and come to some sort of consensus and some sort of harmony. Being in 2 worlds or of 2 worlds is pretty spot on, especially being in the reverse. If this is what the challenge is for you sort of to be this, again, this leader, the priest of this particular collective energy, you know, facilitating spiritual commitments, and serves as a channel of spiritual energy. This is a part of what you're doing here. And it's, again, bringing one sort of belief, not necessarily one sort of belief, bringing multiple beliefs to come to one sort of understanding or harmony. And it's almost like we've already been fighting at this, or the way that we've been doing something hasn't been working, or we already know how this plays out if we continue to move in the same way or in the same direction. Like, this is what this challenge feels like. So it feels for you, my love, that you have to sort of maintain this leadership role, this strength of conviction, maybe having a little bit more, I don't want to say rigid, but it might have to be a little bit more structured when it comes to how this has to transform, or how this can transform once the idea has come to an agreement of some kind. I hope this is making sense. Because granted that they're giving me like that UN analogy, but this obviously can be in any facet of your life. This just feels very heavily, strongly based on delegating a community of some kind, and it feels a little bit larger than just immediate family. Interesting. Okay, let's see what you think. What you think about this transformation, what you might be thinking right now. We have the monk/nun. How interesting that you have the priest and the monk/nun. This is crazy. Selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. This is what you think, okay? Okay. Then you have the scribe. Again, like, it's literally like preaching the word. Like, that's really what this is like. And whatever word that is, whatever the truth is of yours, whatever that is for you, whatever it is that you are wanting to, like we said from the beginning, to speak up, the words that you are doing, the lessons that you're following, the systems, whatever that might be, you are completely dedicated to that particular path. And it feels like you're in an essence like taking control of that particular task. And then you have the world. Yeah, like I'm telling you, this is so much about bringing things together, bringing people together, bringing ideas, ideologies together. Like, that single-minded dedication to spirit is part of the key, which is why they're talking about conviction and perseverance here. Because it will be a little bit difficult to bring these two things into balance, but you can do it, and you will, is what I'm feeling. That's very cool. Let's see then what you need. Okay. Child wounded. Awakens compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path for forgiveness. This is you, my friend. You are literally opening that path for forgiveness within South, but within all. You know, again, like I said, every country feeling like sitting at one table. That's what this feels like. And then you have Five of Forces, winter and summer in the reverse. And then the Six of Pentacles. Oops, I like this. Excuse me, based on what you need. So, Spirit is saying for you, what you need during this transformation is also to remind yourself of, again, that selfless devotion. This is really about awakens the compassion and desire to serve other wounded children. Opens the learning path for forgiveness. Like, that's what you need. This is a part of the path. However, coming up in the reverse, or in the winter phase of this particular Five of Forces card, it is talking about stillness needed, maybe some time to reflect on this particular part of you, about your past in particular, naturally child wounded, but about things that were not equal, that were not... again, that made you feel wounded, you know? Where was there an imbalance when it came to this feeling of childhood, or this feeling of service, or this feeling of appreciation. There's a need to reflect a little bit on that, and also to be what you needed for other people. That's what I'm feeling most strongly here for what you need, my loves of 𝑃𝑎1. Amazing. Let's see what you already know. The guide, look at you, 𝑃𝑎1, represents the nature of the divine in life and in yourself. That's it. You already know this. This is why you're selflessly devoted and single-minded dedication to spirit. This is what you know, that you are and you can be this guide, this leader, the same thing we've been talking about from the very first card. Then you have, wow, 4 forces in reverse, spring and autumn, and you have the autumn season here, which is talking about change. It's talking about something brightening or emerging or blossoming within you. And that's that guide energy, something that you know is building and getting stronger, hence all of this momentum, hence this boss era level up. And then the moon, beautiful expression. Emotions that were repressed or hidden are coming to light. Again, repressed or hidden, which is that guide within you, even though it is something you know, and that's the feeling of that blossoming, that growing moon, you know, that waxing moon. Love that. What you are good at. What are you good at? One, I'm sure it's a multitude of things. The rescuer. Interesting, makes sense. Hence service, the monk, the priest, the guide, the liberator, the rescuer, all very fitting. Provides strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. And I think this is coming back to the selfless devotion. You know, that you're so, I won't say desperately, but desperately in the sense of wanting everybody to experience the best life possible. That's what I mean by that desperate. It feels beautiful. What you're really good at is rescuing people, providing strength, providing support, giving them a place to land, you know? Hence this table. Wow, 𝑃𝑎1. Everything's all fitting. And then Hilarion. This talks about ancestors and spiritual gifts and them talking to you, actually, and being present with you. If it's in the reverse, there's a sense of you maybe of losing your focus, or again, maybe talk about that perseverance, losing some of that conviction within you to know that this is you, you know, the rescuer in you, the priest in you, the nun in you, the guide in you, the liberator in you. It's there, so don't lose faith, you know, this is what you're good at. And then the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Is it in the reverse? Yep, in the reverse. So my loves, I feel for you that what you're good at is bringing up the untapped, or let's put it this way, the shadow aspects of the self that have yet to be dissected or inspected in some way deep enough to heal. So I feel that what you're good at is rescuing the soul. That's how I want to word it, you know? Rescuing the soul from itself. Yep. From the parts that have been repressed or suppressed. Bringing love back into situations that feel lifeless. It's beautiful. This is what's still new to you as you process all of this beautiful transformation. You have Don Juan. It says, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. Still new to you. Interesting. Allowing you to tap into a different way to charm, seduce in a different way, to use your femininely or masculinely charm and gifts, to allow that to aid in your cause. And then we have the Architect, the key in reverse. One of keys, excuse me, in reverse. There's something about you not understanding how that will benefit you. That's what's still new. Like, that's what I'm getting from this architect in reverse in particular. Of you almost like not knowing how to use that skill. And again, like I said, how is this going to benefit you and your cause? And there is this, they're showing it to me as in the archetype cards, there are archetypal energies that will benefit more from, or benefit from, I should say, from that particular energy exchange. For lack of a better explanation, feeding the ego of certain people if it benefits the cause for the right reason. You know, there's something about that. Stroking the ego. And then the Eight of Swords. It makes sense. It's not something you want to do. You're totally in your head about using it in that tactic, but Spirit's telling you it's not something that's evil per se, because you're not manipulating somebody to do something that they don't want to do. You are now enticing them with another treat, let's put it that way, that's not necessarily given, a treat that's not necessarily given, but it's something that entices somebody to want more, to inspect more. That's how they're making me feel this energy. It's nothing to be ashamed of or to judge. And this is what you will learn, my lovelies of pile one, throughout all of this. Oh, you got double cards. What you will learn. The detective. Beautiful. Great powers of observation and intuition, desire to seek out the truth. And that's what you've been doing, seeking out the truth for others, in others, within yourself. Really paying attention to all of it, very worldly, like we were talking about. Coming into your own personal power, healing past wounds, again, to strengthen your own present power. And then you have Two of Keys, the treasure, in the reverse. I'm getting not all truths will be pleasant, and not all situations will be smooth. However, being able to see clearly eliminates majority of lingering sadness, of lingering disappointment. The treasure is within you. It is not something you need to seek outside of yourself. These skills, trust in this. These downloads that are coming, trust in this. How you're being guided, trust in this. Do not run away from the self. You're not. I don't feel like you are. But allow yourself to tap in a little bit more. I feel like there's something in there that will help you continue to help the others that you're really wanting to rescue. And then you have the Strength card with the Three of Wands. Yeah. Hang on, my lovely. Hang on. It's within you. And like, again, the ships will be coming in. Like, you will accomplish this level up, this, like we said, this boss era. You will accomplish it. There's no doubt. That's so lovely. So, my beautiful collective of pile one, your transformation is about mastery, about leadership, about spiritual assertion within self, about following your own spiritual devotion and what you're being guided to do, about still collecting and gathering the people, your kin of like mind or of like soul, using your seductive qualities to aid in your cause, obviously with respect and within a dynamic that you feel comfortable with. Know that you are so capable of all that you are wanting to accomplish, so don't lose sight of the strength and the courage that is within you. Your closing messages, a beautiful collective of pile one. What do they need to hear on their road to their boss up era? There she is. Release your creative energies. Make use of them in your life. Release it. Again, this is about that sharing, right? Speaking up, your voice, leadership, taking the lead, being the guide. You know, it's about it. Release it, my lovelies. They're bringing me to specific number 7, the number 3. So the number 7 or the number 3 or 73, 37 could be significant for you guys somehow in some way. Oh, my beautiful collective of Pile 1, I hope this was helpful and gave you some insight into this next transformation of yours. I'm sending you so much love. Please do all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. I'm sending you the most, and I'm so appreciative that you're here. Thank you again. Till next time. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful Pile 2 who chose the pink tourmaline. We are getting into your messages, figuring out what your transformation is like stepping into your boss era, Pile 2. So for position number 1 over here, it is going to be the main theme of this transformation. Let's get started, Pile 2. So we have martyr. Learning to transcend nature of service to oneself or a cause. Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. Makes more sense. Then you have the King of Forces in the reverse. And then the Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So what it's feeling here, the transformation theme feels like it's going to be about, really, it's the transcendent nature of service to oneself and a cause. It's really learning about that. It could be thoughts in disarray, focus and scattered energy, might be feeling a little sacrificed in some way. There could be some sort of separation too with somebody or something. And I feel like it was a decision that had to be made. Hence why Spirit's saying learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself or a cause. That's what it really feels like. So that theme, my love, is about maybe how you've played the martyr, or when it's actually necessary to play it, or if it is anymore. Of maybe how you've let yourself be in a particular role for too long. Yeah, it feels almost like something is a part of something, like either a part of your life or a section of something has come to a halt or an end. Interesting. So that seems to be the theme, my love, is about this transcendent nature of service to oneself and to others. Let's see what the challenge is through this transformation. You have the Prince. It says romantic charm and potential for power. Sorry about my dishwasher, I apologize. Then you have the Eight of Keys, the Master Artisan. And the Lovers. Interesting. So when I was talking about there might be a separation, here, I kind of want to do this. Sorry, guys. As I was talking about, there might be a separation with this martyr card here, and the theme of this, you know, scattered energies, something coming to a halt, or something along those lines. That's really what I'm feeling also here. So the challenge feels like it's like mastering your own power again, or taking control or the lead in some way of an area. It feels romantic for you guys. I wasn't expecting this, but it feels more specifically intimate relationship based. Let me put it that way, at least. You know, like there's this mastering of something here. And I don't know if this martyr energy was how you may have operated in your past. Lack of focus, lack of confidence, sort of overly going, blindly going with the flow, I should say. And the challenge now is to use this romantic charm and this latent potential power within you and master that energy to reconnect and recommune with self, to reunify with self and or with other, or possibly the energy that might have came up in your head when I talked about the separation. This is interesting. Okay, let's see what you think, or how you're thinking about this, or what you might be what you might be thinking as you're going through the transformation. Thief. Cool. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. That's it. It is about this martyrdom energy then from your past. It's transforming this in particular for you. And you're recognizing the potential wealth within you that can never be taken, can never be taken, and never be stolen. And I think this is where you're relearning this. That's the challenge, is to find that confidence back again. I would say if this doesn't really resonate, I think this may not be your pile, but if there's something along this lines when it comes to relationship dynamics, whether that's strictly romantic or sexual, or some type of intimacy. Then we have the Divine Physician in the reverse. And then the Ace of Swords. So Spirit's saying, like, again, what you're thinking here is, what they want, where they want you to put your thinking, I should say more specifically for you, Pal 2, is the potential wealth within you. That can't never be stolen. And that this the Divine Physician in the reverse here is reminding you of that you have lost, that you can't lose that you might be thinking that you can, that I've lost all my power, that I've lost all my charm, that I've given away some of my good years. Like, it's that kind of energy is what I'm feeling. And Spirit's like, no, see the truth. See the truth. It can never be stolen, my lovely. This is amazing. Let's see what you need. Storyteller. Ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. There's this, they're giving me this feeling of withholding, or like almost overly keeping to yourself the emotions that come up, or the feelings that you do have. I almost feel like Spirit's trying to tell you, like, try to let them release in some type of creative way. You know, like, storytelling can literally be about you writing a story. It can be about a work of art. It can be a choreographed piece. It can be a beautiful music score. Like, it doesn't really matter, but there's some way of releasing the story that has been playing out in your head in some creative capacity, whether that literally be about you just telling your story. Then you have the Four of Scrolls in the reverse, the Karmic Trench. Yeah, my love, it feels like you're out of the trench, is what Spirit's saying. Like, you're out of this. So stop retelling yourself the same freaking old story that something's not going to work, or it's going to be more of the same, or I've lost this, or whatever it is. It's just not true. It's not true. Page of Cups. Forgive yourself. Forgiveness of self. Knowing Spirit is here to offer up a new opportunity for you. You are out of this karmic trench, my love. Do not keep telling yourself that you are. I love that. What you already know. Pal 2, what you already know. Midas, miser, great. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. Turn anything into gold, my lovely. That is what you already know. You know how to do it. So stop telling yourself otherwise, or else you're just going to keep turning it into freaking coal. Three of Scrolls, setting your course. That's right. What you already know. You know how to do this, my lovely. You know how to set that course. You know how to, like they said, make anything turn into gold. So set your sights on that energy, which is you. And then the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, not left out in the cold. Not destitute, not lonely, not desperate. Full of riches, ready to share. I love that for you. This is what you're good at, pal, too. The bully. Interesting. Surprising. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others. Helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. There you go. Maybe this, again, a part of this martyrdom here is in this energy too of this bully, of something that you're good at. And I feel more specifically, it's this martyrdom energy has allowed you to see where you might have been too rough around the edges in particular areas, not your whole personality, because I will definitely not tell you that. There's a good possibility though, however, but it's also really focusing to me on this bully card here is helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. And that's the same storytelling that we've been talking about. You know, the internal dialogue, the negative chatter, all of that stuff, and then how that translates into your everyday, and then therefore the dialogue that keeps playing back in your head when somebody else is talking to you, when it has nothing to do with that particular wound that might be, you know, tricking you or speaking in your ear. Then it says Seven of Forces, balance in the reverse. Interesting. Let me see this other card. Ace of Swords. Okay. So I was gonna say that you have this interesting way of throwing people off their game or off balance. You know, and they're giving it to me like it's almost been a defense mechanism for you, some sort of protective. It's like I'm getting like protection from your wits, from your mind. You know, so you might be really sharp, really witty, or really fast at comebacks, or, you know, stuff like that, where you cut real deep if somebody comes at you, you know, like there's something interesting about this. And I think your tendency to intimidate others is because of that strength behind it. And I think there's some part of you that may have been somewhat denying the strength of this sort of bully archetype. And then it began to bully you. Like, that's how I'm feeling this. It's like, ignore me enough and I'll make it uncomfortable. That's what it feels like. And I think that what you're really good at is, again, bringing stuff that needs to be brought up. Like confronting issues, not running away, addressing things that need to be addressed, or else there's no further growth, there's no truth, there's no balance. This is pretty cool, Paltu. This is what is still going to be new to you as you're going through this transformation. The Queen. This is great. This makes sense, right? If you're coming from Martyr to Prince, right? And then we get this Queen here and this Midas. There's a beautiful like theme energy here for everybody's reading thus far. It says, radiates the regal feminine, uses her benevolent authority to protect others. This is exactly the same energy I'm here, to protect others. I will use my authority to make sure that you find and check yourself, you know, that I might throw you off balance, but it's strictly out of love. Like, that's what I feel like. It is out of love, but it's just tough love. And then caught in the ruins, yeah. Like tough love. Something that's new to you is like, maybe you're not used to people not accepting your type of love, or not, I don't know, I don't want to say like respecting your authority per se, but maybe respecting your authority in a particular matter, in a particular area. That's very possible too. But Caught in the Ruins talks about, you know, you're trapped in some sort of jail-esque, but if you see this, like, there's no roof. You know, if anybody who's really desperate to get out of it in some way can climb that, is what my point is. So what is still new for you, my lovely, is realizing that you're not caught in some sort of trap here, or nobody's trying to trick you per se. It feels like you've been allowing yourself to stay in a box or stay small for a while, and it might have been from this King of Forces energy, or with, this King of Forces energy. And I think now Spirit's like, it's ready for you to, again, talk about your boss era, for you to step into your Queen energy. No prince or princesa or principesa, you know, like none of it. So, my loves, I feel that's what's still new for you, is for you to reclaim your queenliness, your regal feminine energy. And then you have the King of Pentacles in the reverse. Something that's still not, yeah, like I said, claim it, to ground it, to nurture it. It's still something new that you're going to have to do. It will be a slower process than you probably needed to, just because of the disbelief in some way. But it's just going to be a new experience for you to feel this type of respect and power within yourself and for yourself, more importantly, for yourself. Okay, let's see what you'll learn, pile 2. Oh yeah, you got double cards on this last position here. They had a lot to say for you. So what you'll learn, servant. Light attributes, delighting in serving others with a free and loving heart. You'll get back to that energy, because I definitely don't think that you're in that free and loving energy at the moment. You're stepping into it and you want to be back there, but you will learn how to stay there more consistently and to serve in a better, in a more healthy way for yourself, so that you don't step into that overly, the shadow side of the martyr, you know? And then look at this, all this royalty, and then knight. Loyalty, romance, and chivalry, a love of honor. Exactly, my friend. Look at this. You have the martyr, the prince, the queen, the knight, Midas, the servant. Like, it's, like I said, very regal. Like, very regal. What else you'll learn is the ascent, 7 of keys. Speaking of the glow up, you will realize your own ascent. You'll realize your own ascension, I should say. You realize where you've come from and where you've finally reached. The pinnacle, a part of the pinnacle of you is what I feel like. A certain type of mastery, my lovely. That's what this transformation, this boss era is going to bring in for you. I love that. Woo! And then the devil in reverse. Get it. Unchained by past events, past hurts, past addictions, past connections, past restraints. Oh man, past unhealthy attachments. That's what you're learning. To be your own servant, in so many words. To recognize your power. To use that power and to recognize that not everybody's going to be able to accept it in the way that you want to deliver it, and that's okay. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. It just means that there is a different energy that you are going to affect in a more impactful way, and you just have been learning how to, like we said, navigate and the transcendent nature of service to oneself and a cause, which leads you into this learning of servant, delighting in serving others with a free and loving heart. Delighting, my friend, delighting. I love that for you. That's amazing. Let's get your closing guidance. That is your boss up era, my love. That's transformation for your boss up. It feels very good, meaning knowing like where your trajectory is going. The process doesn't feel easy or smooth, but you do definitely feel like you're strong enough to handle it. I don't think that this is breaking you down per se. In your mind, you might be feeling like, oh, what the F, you know, but like on your everyday, it's not crippling your everyday is what I'm saying. It might be in your mind, you might be a little bit slower, it might be a little bit foggier, but you're still going about the shit you need to do, you know? What does pile 2 need to hear? All right. I want to do one more for some reason. It says, tear down the walls around your heart. Look at that. Give and receive security and warmth. That's what's happening for you. You're tearing it down. We've been talking about this. I want to see the bottom. Success and happiness are coming, and a difficult path is being revealed. Yeah, my lovely. That's what's happening. I'm fully confident. Spirit has said everything they needed to say to you, my lovelies, today. I hope this was helpful and giving you the insight in your next transformation, how you're bossing up, my lovelies of pile 2. Sending you so much love. Keep watering your lives. Until next time, please do all that good stuff. Like, subscribe, share. Sending you much love. Ciao. Welcome, my beautiful pile 3s who chose the snowflake obsidian. So, my beautiful collective, let's get into what your transformation is going to be like getting into your boss era. We're going to figure out the main theme of this transformation, and we're starting right here, pile 3, so let's get it. You have engineer. It says, ability to give creative energy a practical expression. talent for designing resolutions to common dilemmas. So the theme, my lovely, feels to be quite literally this. Using your ability and your creative energies in a very practical expression. They're asking and wanting for you to do that. Try to find a way to funnel or channel, your creative energy into a practical expression. And you have a beautiful skill and talent for designing resolutions and solutions to common dilemmas or problems. It's pretty awesome. Then you have Seven of Scrolls, intricacies in industry. This feels like my pile. Similar cards are showing up. Same cards are showing up as in the one I did for myself, which is different positions, but similar. So my lovely, the theme for you is about details, networking, the written word, the web, plans, blueprints, building, engineering, so all of this stuff right now, that is going to be the main theme of this transformation for you. It's about using this creative energy in a practical expression through the intricacies of your industry and the industry. And then you have the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so I'm feeling a twofold message with this one. It's going to be slower than you want and than you think. But why, Spirit? There's something about perfectionism or getting something so right before you actually were to offer it up as a service or of some sort of solution, as some sort of solution. But it feels like your focus is clear, like your sight is in the right path or in the right direction. It's going to be a slower process. Very methodical is what they're telling me. Okay, let's see what your challenge is within this transformation. Child orphan. I just heard doing it alone. Independence based on learning to go at it alone, conquering fear of surviving. Yeah, that's exactly what I felt. So, my lovely, the challenge here is some of it you're going to have to do alone. And I think a lot of it you're going to have to do alone, which is probably why it's going to feel a little bit slower or feel really, I don't want to say difficult. I just feel like it's going to be a challenge. Like it's going to feel like a challenge, even though you're fully capable of handling this particular challenge. It's just another layer of dealing with the abandonment issue or abandonment wound, possibly. It's an ask, and it's an opportunity for you to level up, to master up, hence this transformation, but more importantly, to mature in a particular area. And that more specifically feels like creatively or in work. Eight of Scrolls, paths unknown. Like I said, you're having to navigate what this feels like to go at it alone, to go in different directions, to go in a direction that you haven't been before, to explore the unknown, to not be afraid of the unknown, to not overthink the unknown, to not overanalyze also is what they just said, the unknown. And then you have the Knight of Cups. They just said embrace this new opportunity for growth, period. That is the challenge, to embrace this solo journey, this part of the journey that is solo, excuse me. Okay, how might you be thinking, or what are you thinking during this transformation? The Student, that's beautiful. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. That's perfect. That's exactly where your brain, in my opinion, should be, where your thoughts should be. Because you are looking for that forgiveness and reconciliation within yourself, but also, again, that compassion to go about it with a gentle heart and a gentle mind. And the way you're thinking about it as in beautiful, gentle mind, curious mind, childlike mind. Approach it like the student always. It's beautiful. And then you have the Two of Roses in the reverse, winged messenger, excuse me. It's like it feels almost like a coming to a comfortability with knowing and truly believing in a smaller and like a micro aspect of it that, nobody's coming to your rescue. There's no Prince Charming. There's no damsel in distress. Like this is you're You're going to be your own hero is what I'm feeling. And this is what Spirit is emphasizing, I think, on the way that you're processing and why and how you're retaining all of this information is for this beautiful learning to go at it alone. Self-sufficiency. Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, like again, you have to fight a little bit with that tendency to want somebody to come to your rescue. And again, it's not to save you per se, but just like to be there, to hold your hand, to have a support system in a way that you feel safe and comfortable. I don't know if you're able to get it in this transformation, my love. I feel like this is a lot about the solo journey, about your self-reliancy and your dedication to persevere no matter what. All right, then let's see what you already know, my loves. The damsel, speaking of damsel, holy, understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. Need I say more? I've been saying this from the very beginning. Then Archangel Gabriel, or Gabriel, talking about communication, opening up your heart chakra too, speaking up, knowing when to ask for resources, or knowing, I feel more specifically with Spirit and Source, but even still, it's not necessarily that you're going to have to do everything alone, like every single thing. Meaning, for example, if you don't have a printer, you can go to a printer store and then meet. You know what I'm getting at? This is ridiculously simple, but I mean, like, there's going to be people there to help you, but everything that you're doing is really a solo journey. And I think that you're just going to be able to communicate with the people that you need, Source included, and realize what you need or what you need to gather or who you might need to connect with for you to be able to rely on yourself. And then the Knight of Swords. Beautiful. You're going about it with clear thought, clear mind, though. You know, like, you know this. Like again, like, this is what you know this. So, I am proud of that. That's amazing. Let's see, my lovely, what you're good at, amongst other things. The prostitute, get it. That's awesome. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. There it is, my love. Accentuates the challenge of surviving without negotiating the power of your spirit. That orphaned child, you know? Knowing that you're not this damsel, to rely on yourself, to allow yourself to put this creative energy into a practical expression. And then the Lookout. It's like it's almost like you can see danger ahead of its time, or ahead of its, yeah, you can see danger ahead of time. Wow, I cannot speak today, guys. or like future pitfalls is what I'm feeling here. Like, you're very resilient, but that's not the word I was looking for. I don't know if precocious is the right word, but I'll find it and I'll insert it somewhere because it'll come back to me later when I'm actually listening to the whole thing. So what my feeling here, my loves, is about what you're good at is allowing this, with allowing yourself to not negotiate this power of your spirit. So you'll be able to catch those naysayers, those doubters really quickly. You do that, but now they're asking you, my love, to trust in this particular path that you're on, that is a solo journey that feels hella tedious. You know, obviously some months or years are better than others, but there is this, like, I just feel like this utter confidence in knowing that you can get through any shit that is laid in front of you, like anything. Also, mainly because of the fact that I feel that this is where your mind is, in that student energy. I went to these guys quickly. I was supposed to go to this one first, but that's okay. Then you have the Six of Wands in the reverse of what you're good at. Yeah, I feel like putting people in their place. Like, you're not going to overpower me in any way that's, again, gonna negotiate my spirit. Not gonna happen, my friend. I've got a healthy sense of ego. Interesting. What do you need, my love? Let's see what you need. The Warrior. Yeah, you need to continue that perseverance. Like I said, that warrior energy. strength, skills, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. What did we just talk about? I said all of these words. You're going to be your own hero. I'm pretty sure I said that. Your skills, creative energy, conquering a healthy sense of ego. Like, beautiful. Freaking beautiful. And then the Oracle of Delphi. Trusting in your own intuition, trusting that you do have a gift and skill, trusting the downloads that you're also getting from Spirit, and trusting in the path or the direction Spirit is leading you. And then the Nine of Swords. Yeah, get out of your head and end the doubt. Just be that warrior that they know you are, and step into your power of knowing. You know? Amazing. Let's see what is new to you, what's still new to you during this transformation or as this transformation unfolds. Hedonist. So interesting. Everybody's card in this one was very interesting. Every pile. Inspires creative energy to embrace the good things in life. Celebrates the beauty in yourself. What a beautiful thing that's going to be new for you. Just indulging in the beauty of who you are and of what you've accomplished and what you've created and the beauty that is without and within. Oh, I love that. Yay. Wow. Fated meeting. I'm feeling this is twofold for you also, fated meeting with yourself. That's what I'm really getting, because this whole thing is about reliance on self, you know, the power of not negotiating your spirit, of openness and lifelong learning, of independence and learning to go at it alone, of putting your creative energy into practical expression. Like all of this practical expression, I feel either ends up you finding the right person now that will meet you on this particular path after you finish this transformation or close to finishing this transformation. And also, like I said, a meeting with self. That's what I'm really feeling. But it also can be another human. I do feel that strongly too. And then the Two of Swords. Interesting. Ooh, Spirit just gave me something else for you guys. It's almost like you're gonna have to pick now, like, because you're gonna be so comfortable and at ease with being with yourself, as I think maybe before you were a little bit more eager or anxious to find somebody. And I think at this stage of the game of this particular transformation of your boss era, you're almost going to be like, do I want to choose to be with somebody? Because I'm real good. Like there's a hesitation, you know. I don't think it's like a bad thing per se, but it's an interesting thing that you're going to have to consider and contemplate now when it's not a position you've been in before, which is very cool. Awesome. Let's see what you'll learn throughout this whole process of your transformation. You got some extra cards. Fool, beautiful. Fearlessly revealing emotion, helping people laugh at absurdity and hypocrisy. Yeah, like what a beautiful transformation. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe I couldn't laugh at this before. You know, like it's beautiful. I have nothing. It's great. You get two cards here. Then you have the lightning bolt, 8 of Forces. Yeah, with this speed, with this knowing, with this electricity, with this power. And then 6 of Keys, crescent moon, excuse me. Dreams, desire, creation, creating. Also learning from your past again too. Igniting that fire within you now. It's a different type of confidence. It's like before, like the energy that I'm feeling here is a little bit more aggro, not in a bad way, just like aggressively needing to go after something. So that impetus and that force is very clear and focused and directed. And now at this point of the transformation and what I'm feeling with the Fool energy here, it's sort of back to this like childlike, wild energy, but it's wild in its expression, but not in its application. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's awesome. I freaking love it. It's so good. And then, yeah, man, Ace of Rods. Like, just so much creative passion, ignition, initiation, wanting to go at it. Like, power is what I'm getting, you know? Just really confident again in a very different way than you had been. That is for sure. Like, I can feel the transformation. I feel the actual change in your energy as I go through these cards, especially when I got to this warrior energy. It made me, everything's shifted. Like, I understand what's going on and like what's still new and what's to come, what you're learning it's awesome. Wow, Pal 3, this is amazing. So, my beautiful, that is your transformation when it comes to your boss up era. You know, you're learning to go at it alone, standing on your own, being stable on your own, figuring out solutions on your own. And then people will come in a flock and your energy will be so completely different. I love it. Excuse me, awaken your senses. I wasn't ready. Slow down and become aware of them. So for pile 3, what are their closing messages? What do they need to hear, Spirit? Okay, that's too many, but we'll read them anyway. Release your creative energies. We've been talking about that. Feel the power of your blood and your ancestors. I also got this card for myself. And look at this. What did I got this one too? You are experiencing a spiritual blossoming, my loves. Like, this is it. This is it for you, my lovelies. Embrace this long journey. They just told me it could be like 9 years that this particular cycle has been going on, and you're almost at the end of this cycle. Is there a, yeah, there's a 9 of Swords here. I was thinking of the 9 of Wands, but that's what that's what they're telling me. You're really at the end. 31 more days, or the 31st might be significant. Yeah, like July 31st I'm hearing in particular. Like you're almost there. Like almost there, pile 3. Yeah, almost there. Wow, this is so great. Okay, pile 3, those are your messages. I hope those were helpful. And they gave you some insight into the transformation that's occurring for you to level up and step into your boss era. I'm sending you so much love. Please do all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe. Till next time. Ciao.